What's going on, y'all? My name is Enoch. I'm here to inspire, motivate, and encourage you to be the best version of you that you could possibly be. I know that ain't an easy task, but let's go. Welcome back to Divine Motivation Podcast. I truly appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing this video because I know you did already. You even shared this video before you even heard what this video is about because you're like, nah, I know he gonna say something good and I'm gonna send it to my friend, and then my friend gonna listen to it, then she gonna send it to another friend, and then he gonna send it to another friend. Appreciate you. Follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _. Give you motivation videos every single day. Thank you for anyone that's listening on iTunes or Spotify. What else we got going on? Oh yeah, go listen to my motivational album if you haven't heard it yet. If you need something, if you've been listening to too much ratchet music all week and you need something uplifting and motivational, I got you. It's called I Am by yours truly, Enoch Maurice. Oh yeah, one-on-one coaching, hit me up for that. If you want a shirt, hit me up for that. Yeah, we just rocking and rolling, man. We ending off this year strong. We gonna push. We gonna do this thing together. We gonna grind. We gonna make it happen. And what helps with that, segue, is being attached to something. Like, you need to be attached to something that's grounded, that can feed you, that like a community, like that's strong. Like, community is so important. Like, the people around you, the people you got to be connected. Who you connected to matters. And what brought that thought to me was, so I'm pretty sure this is not like, I don't know, I didn't do the research. This may not be scientifically agriculturally correct, but this is my perspective, okay? So if you know a little bit more about like fruits and stuff like that, cool, but this is just how I saw it and what came to my mind. So I got a box or a bag of grapes, right? We buy them like every week or every other week, but we always get some grapes. And one thing that I realized, right? And like I said, I don't understand the science of fruits and stuff like that, but this is just my perspective from what I see. Whenever I have grapes, right? A lot of times, the ones that be the most soggiest and look weird are the ones that are at the bottom and they're not attached to the stem anymore. That's my perspective. That I noticed. I'll be opening it and I'll be eating them. And then you get to the bottom ones and you look, the ones, you ever try to grab one that's not attached to a stem or anything? It just seems like it just dies out quicker. And I was like, that's a pretty cool analogy. And it's like, yo, when you're not connected to something or like aligned with things that are feeding you, it's hard to stay alive. It's hard to grow. It's hard to be sustained because you're not, like, if you're not self-aware, if you have good people around you, they can kind of put you in check and tell you like, now you wrong. Like, I'm talking about people that really care about you and that love you. It's like, nah, let's talk about that. Let's figure that. Like, I got some friends that like I could talk to them about anything, and they're gonna tell me if I'm right. They're gonna tell me if I'm wrong, and vice versa. And I'm like, man, people really need that. You really need people around you that are gonna help you, that are gonna correct you, that's gonna give you some constructive feedback. And you can't take it personal. And that's why a lot of times there are some surface level relationships because you may be the type of person that don't take that type of stuff. Like, you're not good with that. You don't take that well. And I want you to start changing that perspective and changing your conversations with whoever you're connected to. And that also goes with what you watch and what you listen to. Like, maybe you should start listening to my motivational album called I Am. Wink, wink. Maybe you should be feeding yourself some more positivity. Maybe there's some things that you really need to start feeding yourself because you're essentially not even being fed. So like you're slowly dying mentally, dying physically, dying emotionally because you're not attached to people. Just imagine, like, let's say you're somebody that struggle with exercise, but every single person around you that you're connected to are like, hey, like, we going to work out, you coming? And you're like, nah. Next day, yo, we about to go. Eventually, if these are people that you're close to and you're like really in proximity and you're connected to, eventually you're gonna be like, I'm gonna just go. If you got people around you that are constantly like, hey, let's talk about these investments, and you're like, nah, I ain't into really investments like that. I ain't into learning about finance like that. All right, cool, yeah, but we're gonna be over here doing this. Eventually, you're gonna say, like, yo, what's that financial stuff you was talking about? Like, how does that work? Oh, okay. If you're someone that struggles with self-awareness and somebody like, yeah, I'm about to go do some me time and listen to some podcasts, listen to some positive music, I'm good on that. Yo, y'all heard that podcast? Like, yo, it was really good. It helped me really understand like my emotional, and eventually you're gonna be like, which podcast was that? Well, I'm gonna check it out. That's connection. That's people you're yoked to. Like that whole unequally yoked thing, that's not just for marriage. That's for your relationships too. Like, you don't want to be in relationships where somebody's pulling you down. You want to be in relationships where somebody's pulling you forward. Like, yo, come on, like, we going this way. Come on, let's rock. And it can be uncomfortable if you're not used to that. But I love uncomfortability because it forces you to grow. You have no choice. You cannot be uncomfortable, not walk towards it, and not grow. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like, if you're uncomfortable and you lean into that, you have no choice but to grow. But if you get uncomfortable and back away from it, it's like that levels thing. You're going to stay where you are because you're not willing to walk through that. Like, so, like, coming into the end of the year, I used to say, like, when we go into the new year, people like, yo, in the new year's, like, I'm getting new friends. Like, I ain't rocking with you. Like, if you ain't, blah, 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 to New Year's. And I used to say, like, you don't know who your friends are by now. You got to go into New Year saying, like, yo, there's some people that's not coming with me into 2023, 2024. But then, as I got older, this was like younger. As I got older, I realized, like, yo, sometimes you outgrow people. And sometimes you can't take certain people with you, even some people that you love. So, like, really focus on, like, who you're connected to. Who are the people that push you? Who are the people that brings value to you? And who are the people that you bring value to? Because it got to go both ways. So really start paying attention to your connections, your relationships, the things you're doing on the daily, like what's feeding you. Stay connected. Like, find a community that you can be accountable to, because that's so important. And if you don't have a community you can be accountable to, I got you. Hit me up. Like, woo. That's why I do the one-on-one coaching. There's some people that's in my one-on-one coaching that's like, yo, I don't have accountability, and this is actually helping me. So, like, yo, it's important. You need that. So that's this week's episode, man. Like, yo, find a community, find some people that's trying to grow, find some people that's trying to go in the direction you're trying to go, and that's gonna assist you on your journey. That's this week's episode. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _. Listen to the motivational album called I Am by Enoch Maurice. Get a shirt. You want to, whatever, one-on-one coaching. Got you. We rocking. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. Let's do this again next week. Christmas is coming. Ooh, ooh. Peace.